And welcome back to another video. This is Crypto Coins, and in this video we're gonna go over my Joe position. I have an updated calculator for Joe, XJoe when staking and farming. I have a lot of great updates. I did some new buys today, and I'm doing a lot of things today. So this is gonna be a very good video. I'm gonna talk about borrowing and lending, staking and farming on the traderjoexyz, some strategies, and what I'm doing. These are the times to scoop up some good deals, and I've been doing a lot of research trying to see where I'm going to be deploying my money over time. So I do have a set budget again to be coming in here on a weekly basis and buying new things as this market dips lower. I'm pretty excited, and I know it's been a while since I had any Joe updates. I just haven't really updated the calculator. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to display my returns and my rewards and harvesting the rewards. So I finally sat down this morning and I figured it all out. I'm pretty happy with the calculator, and it's already updated in the Google Drive. So I added the Joe tab here down in the bottom. This calculator, you can have it now for free. All my calculators are free, and you have to join Discord. It's under the calculator channel on my Discord, and everything's free. You'll have a link and you'll have access to this to copy it or download it for free. I'm going to walk you through what I bought today and the kind of different options that are available for those of you who want to invest in Joe or the Avalanche network, AVAX, and the opportunities that are out there, how to leverage, and some moves that you can possibly do. So let's get right into the video. So let's go take it back from the beginning. These are my investments. I bought my first position on Trader Joe on November 21st, and I bought a $431 investment at $465. I was able to buy 92 coins. And then I came in as it dipped $1 lower. I added even more. On November 24th, I added an additional $500, and I was able to accumulate 140 coins. On December 4th, I bought another $300, and it was trading at $229. I was able to buy 131 coins. And today I came in and I scooped up. I started buying even more, and as this price goes lower, I'm gonna buy it more and more. Now this is the biggest investment so far for this position. I came in with $750, and I bought at $191 today. I bought 392 coins. So total, I have bought 756 coins. If we take a look at my calculator, I updated some numbers here. I have my average cost now being generated here. So from the total investment, I started buying this coin at $465 with the starter position. And as the price went lower and I continued to add to this position, I brought down my average cost to $262. So I'm feeling very great. I've been averaging down, and as it goes lower, my positions are going to get bigger and bigger to offset those losses. And when this bear market turns around, I'm going to be sitting pretty in a nice position, earning APY, staking and farming, and getting that appreciation of the coin itself. Also on the calculator, new update, I have how many coins I've earned. I know it's a little complicated because you get staking rewards, and when you farm, you get farming rewards. So I formulated here the calculator so that it gives you your breakdown, and you just have to fill in the numbers in here and in here. You have to manually put how many X coins you have when you start farming, and the multiplier. This one changes on a daily basis. Everything else gets generated as you input the new information. So the way the calculator works is I have my initial investment there, which is being generated here, 756 coins, which is reflected here. And I staked my Joe to get XJoe, and right now I have 639 coins of XJoe. Right now the current multiplier for XJoe is 1.20, and the current market price for Joe is 191, which gives this position a market value of 1,468. So what it's doing is it's multiplying my XJoe with the multiplier and the Joe price, and that's how I'm getting the value. Right now I'm down $512. That's a negative 25% gain there. I'm averaging in. I'm down 25%, but I'm buying the dip. And the calculator breaks down all your numbers for you. You just have to make sure every time you purchase new coins that you input it here so that you track your original coins. So it gives me my cash investment is currently 1,981. The coins that I've bought, the average cost that I'm in this position, and the coins I've earned so far since November 21st. I've earned about 12 coins. So that's roughly almost a month. I've earned about 12 coins, and it's currently trading at 191. That's about $24. That's about $24 more or less. And I've earned an APY of 1.58%. But overall, the price of Joe has decreased. So I'm actually down right now, minus 25%. But I'm not too concerned about that. This is something that I look as a longer term investment that I will continuously average into. So let's take a look at the Trader Joe platform and look at some different ways to stake, farm, and leverage from your positions. So before we continue, let's take a look at some comments and questions. Gareth wrote here, I love times like these. It's the best time to be an investor. People who are complaining are probably not suited to this kind of investment. Go find a bank savings account at 0.05%. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to beat the banks. Yes, everybody knows where they can make 0.05%. Any bank account, savings account will give you that. Inflation will kill it. So this is why we're trying to navigate through these DeFi exchanges to outperform banks. And the percentages are there. It's just your investment patience and strategy is what's going to dictate if you can beat the banks or not. And anybody can pretty much beat the bank right now. You could basically be invested in almost any name and earn more than a 1% return within 1 week. Thank you, Gareth, for that comment. Very true. We're trying to beat the bank and fight inflation. They're not going to do it for you. We have to do that. Let's go to the next comment. DAOs are very new. Most of them have been around only a month. It's just unfortunate they got hit hard because of Bitcoin. Once the dust has settled, DAOs will be very big. This is just the start. A lot of these DAOs have background projects that will sustain the DAO itself, and many are being audited by Certic, for example, Heck and Meta. Stay calm and concentrate on accumulating tokens, so when price does shoot, you're in a win situation. There is no such thing as get rich quick. You have to be at least 2 years trading holding to be serious gains. I agree. The real gains come over time. And that's the hardest part. You have to have that exposure. It's about the time in the market. The serious gains do come over time. It just takes a lot of patience. Thank you for that comment. Let's go to the next comment. Eric wrote, you should totally do a video about stablecoin staking. I thought about it as a strategy to take some of my DAO earnings into stablecoin staking to hedge against the coming bear market. I do think DAOs overall will suffer less, but it would be wise to spread out the risk. Thank you, Eric, for this comment. This is exactly why I looked into Trader Joe. So this is a very relevant comment, and this is why I'm happy and content right now with my DAO projects, and I'm exploring into some other alternatives. And I hope this video helps you a little bit with borrowing and lending. And just like Trader Joe, there's other exchanges that are built specifically for lending, borrowing, staking, and farming. Just as a reference, another DEX that I've been looking into is Aave. Aave seems like a very nice exchange that has a lot of these options and is built for that specifically. And I'm diving further into it, and I will release videos as I learn more about it and actually make some moves. But it's very similar to what I'm doing right now on Trader Joe. I'm just bullish Trader Joe and I'm bullish AVAX, and this is why I'm staking here, farming, and adding to those positions. Thank you, Eric. There's going to be a lot more content about that coming in the future. And I agree, we have to have some sort of balance in our portfolio so that we don't get completely smoked here. DAOs are extremely risky and volatile, so we have to make our best decisions with those, siphon some money, some profits out of it, and then put that profit into some stability that will accumulate over time. A little bit here, a little bit there, and trying to create some nice, consistent returns. Thank you, Eric, for that comment. I would recommend that you check out Aave. AAVE, and also Curve. These are the ones that I've been looking into lately, but I haven't made any moves and I haven't tested them out. Everyone is welcome to look into them and test out your own strategies. But once I find something that I like, I will pull some triggers and share with everyone here. Thank you. Let's go to the next comment. Martin wrote here, looks tempting to try. Please keep informing about this game. And he's talking about DeFi Kingdoms. I will have some updates. Today, I focused on Trader Joe and DeFi Kingdoms. I made a silly move. I bought a hero, a very expensive hero for my budget. And I should have just staked that money, or I should have just put it on the farm. It's going to take some time. I'm going to try to sell my hero. I was trying to play the hero route where you can summon new heroes and trying to make the money through heroes and renting out heroes. And I think I made a mistake. That's not my circle of competence. So I should have just stuck to staking. And I was even thinking of farming in there. So it might be a while before I make an update, just because I have about 80-90% of my money for that position locked up right now on a hero that is not really making me any money. So until I'm able to sell that hero, I put him up on the marketplace. And not to say that that's not a good way of making money. It's not really my thing. And it was something I was venturing off to. And I immediately regretted it because I know how to work that money through staking and farming. So it might be a little while, Martin, but I will make an update as soon as something happens. And I'll talk about what I'm doing more with that. Thank you, Martin, for that comment. Let's go to the next comment. Thanks, bro. Then what do you think about the new system on locked stake on Metaverse Pro? Not sure to understand the system. So thank you, Laurent. Metaverse Pro released today a new 6/6 staking system. I haven't really looked into it. I like to have that flexibility and not have my funds locked. So I like to take profits from time to time. And so this is something that I don't do very often, but if you're bullish, I mean, the payoff could work out. So I'm going to do further research about that 6/6. But for those of you who are active investors, check out Metaverse Pro. They released a 6/6 investing system today. Thank you, Laurent, for that. And that's going to wrap it up for the comments and questions. Thank you guys for submitting. And let's get back to the video. So let's start off with what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go over the lend section and explain some other alternatives and also my farming position. So let's start off with what I'm doing for those of you that have not seen my previous videos. So I stake Joe here, and when you stake Joe, you get X Joe. So you don't earn more coins initially, but the multiplier of X Joe is continuously rising and collecting that APY. And this is the last 7 days. This is the APR that it's been paying out. And this changes day to day based on the volume. You're collecting fees on the exchange, and this is constantly changing based on the volume of the exchange. And so when you stake Joe, you get X Joe, but then I got my X Joe and then I put it in a farm pool that pays me Joe. So I'm here now, and this is like an infinity loop. I have my X Joe here, and then I harvest Joe, which I added back to my staking position, which I put here. So it's a never ending loop. This is paying me about a 24% APR, and the staking is paying me a 40% APR. That's about a 64% APR there on the investment. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's risk-free. There's no impermanent losses, and you're all in here. And I'm just averaging into the position as it goes lower. So I've been very happy with this so far. Although the Joe coin by itself has been depreciating, I'm okay. I have a long-term perspective on this infinity loop, and I think this will compound over time very nicely. Now, before I added more into my position today, it's the biggest investment I've done so far in this position, single investment. So I came in with $750. I was thinking of maybe doing some lending options. So if you stake your Joe for X Joe, you have two options. You could either lend your X Joe or you can farm your X Joe. So I'm doing the farming aspect of a Joe. And if you farm right now, it's paying you out a 24% APR via Joe. So pretty nice. Now, if you lend your XJoe instead of farming it, you click here. This is total deposits, total borrow. And this is if you want to lend one of these currencies, this is the payout. So if you click XJoe, the last one, if I lend my XJoe instead of farming my XJoe, I'm going to get a 26.6 APR. And if you click here, it says the additional incentives rewarded when using Banker Joe. These are paid out in either Joe tokens and or AVAX tokens. You can claim rewards anytime. So you can claim this with either AVAX or with Joe at any time. So you could either get Joe or AVAX. And then in this instance, it shows that it's only paying you through AVAX. So if you lend your Joe, you're going to get a 26%. That's more than farming. Farming is currently paying right now 24%. You're going to get 2% more if you lend your XJoe for the AVAX coin. So if you're bullish AVAX, this is how you can also earn some AVAX rewards. So that's pretty cool. And once you lend your XJoe, you can go back here. Then you can borrow. You can borrow a portion of what you're lending. You're using this as your collateral. Once you lend, you have to, you'll see a switch here. You have to turn on the collateral here. And then you can use this as your collateral to then borrow more AVAX or any of these tokens, any of these coins. And these are the APYs that it's costing you to borrow. Say you want to borrow AVAX. You put here how much based on your collateral you want to borrow against it. And it gives you a breakdown here. It's going to charge you 11% to borrow this AVAX, but you get a 3.29 reward. If you click here, you're going to get rewarded via Joe. So you're going to get 3.287 Joe rewards there for borrowing AVAX here, but it's going to cost you 11.64. Now, if we go back here, you're lending here and you're getting paid 26%. And if we go to the borrow, it's costing you 8%. So you're still going to be up. Plus, you're going to get the leverage of borrowing money. And another strategy that you can do is instead of borrowing something volatile, you can borrow a stable coin and then use that stable coin to either, and I'm not sure if you can go back here and lend it out. So that's something I have to see if you can do it within the same exchange. But I know you can take that stable coin and lend it and transfer it to another exchange and earn APY on that as well. The amount of APR that you're getting here is paying off for what you're paying to borrow. And that's how you leverage your positions. Now, this could get a little risky if you see a big drop on Joe, but we are already seeing a big drop on Joe. So I think this is the perfect time to start looking into lending and borrowing right now across the board. We basically saw already on some of these names a 30-40% correction. So you already have that additional buffer. And so I was thinking maybe lending my XJoe to earn some AVAX, and then going here and borrowing some more AVAX to be really bullish, or a stable coin that I can earn some APY against it. And it's costing you here, just for example, 7.8% to borrow this. And you're getting rewarded here with Joe. And if you go to the lending, it's paying you 10.43. So it's paying you more to lend it than it costs to borrow it. You already have an arbitrage there, opportunity to make some free money. These are stable coins. So it all depends what you want to do. And this is basically free money. It's going to pay you, it gives you the breakdown. It's going to pay you 9% of USDT. It's going to pay you 1.39 of Joe rewards and no AVAX. And the way it's broken down over here, you're going to pay 15% of USDT and you're going to get rewarded here on Joe rewards. So that's how that works out. So you have to spend some time here and based on your strategy, give this a try. You also have farm pools, and you have a few pairs here. And I like owning the coins and not dealing with the impermanent losses. I've been looking more into it, and it's not that bad. Impermanent losses is not that bad if you're bullish overall, and it almost kind of hedges your position and diversifies you by farming some of these pairs. And if the incentive is high enough, it might be okay. It's not a big deal. But since I'm staking and I'm getting XJoe, I decided that this is the safest and best way while I average into the position when the price goes down. It's just there's no risk there. The only risk is the actual price of Joe itself. So that's kind of a little breakdown. And the reason I was gonna put 750 here and buy AVAX and lend it out for a 11.20% return, but I'm going a little bit riskier in my investment, and this is why. If we take a look at Joe, it's been trading within a range here and trading between $1.50 and $5. If we take a look at AVAX hit a high of 147 and it's currently trading at 81. So why am I more bullish on Joe than AVAX? I'm bullish overall on AVAX, but I'm expressing my bullishness through Joe because Joe is more volatile and is paying a higher APR. Now, buying AVAX, it's a lot safer in the long run than buying Joe, but it all has to do with risk reward. I'm risking more buying Joe and having my faith in the exchange than actually AVAX itself. But because of that risk, I'm gonna get rewarded a lot more. So instead of me lending my AVAX for that APR and then leveraging and borrowing against my collateral to maybe buy a stable coin and then lend that out or stake it somewhere, I decided that I'm just going to be more aggressive on the actual Joe token and actualize some gains that way. So instead of using leverage and worrying about my health factor when borrowing and my margin, this way I'm risk-free and I could add into this position as long as I want, risk-free, and I'm collecting about a 60% APR on my investment. So this is why I didn't go with the avalanche lending and borrowing strategy, and this is why I'm doing it this way. Now, to each their own. Everybody could come up with their own strategy. The world is your oyster, so you guys are free to do whatever makes sense to you guys. This is just what I'm doing based on my research and what I feel comfortable doing. So this makes sense to me. And there's plenty of ways of making money. So this is why I'm very excited. Let's draw some lines here. I'm gonna put one here at 150 because it seems like it wants to stay at 150. And I'll put here 150. Oops. Okay. And I'm gonna put one at $5. Here we go. So this is more or less the range it likes to trade in between. And I think Joe has the ability to 2x a lot faster here than Avalanche would be able to. Joe has seen this price level before, so it's very likely that it'll hit $5 at some time in the future. No one knows how soon. My average cost right now is around $260, plus I'm collecting an APR, so for me to double up, it has to be somewhere around $5, and that's very likely in the future. Now, if we take a look at Avalanche, if I were to lend and borrow against it, I am going to be leveraged by borrowing more money and building a bigger position, but there's some risk there, and this has never seen 160. So it's currently trading at $80. It needs to go to 160 for me to double my money, and it hasn't seen those price levels, and I'm sure it will in the near future. But there's more risk here. There's more risk with Joe, and there's more reward. So I'm being aggressive. And technically, I'm looking at the $150 price target as a line of support. And if this breaks down to around $1, I'm going to come in here and buy some more. So as it goes lower, I'm going to buy some more. But this looks like the trading range for Joe. And this is why I'm going this route. So let's take a look at Bitcoin just as a point of reference. It broke down my channel. It's currently trading at 47,851 and it's holding nicely above 45,000. So it's creating a short-term ground level here of 45,000. And it might take some time. It might consolidate around this area before it launches to all-time highs. This might take some time. But the good thing is, the longer it takes, the more time you have to earn money and average into positions. So that when that turn happens, you're going to be sitting pretty, you're going to have exposure, and you're going to let it ride, baby. Bitcoin holding above 45,000 is a good signal. And I want to see it stay above 45,000. If we do go lower, I'm going to buy more and more assets. This is why it's important not to deploy all your money right away. It's important to cost average into positions. I have more money right now on standby. I'm just not deploying it. And today I made another move. So I'm going to slowly add into these positions. And this is why it's important to have a budget, have a weekly budget, a monthly budget from your income of what you can allocate so that you average into over time. I have a $1,981 invested that bought me 756 coins. My average cost is $2.62. And right now I'm farming 639 coins. The current multiplier for XJoe is 1.2014. Joe is trading at 191. The market value of my position is 1,468. I'm down $500. I'm down 25%. So far, I've only earned almost 12 coins here, and that's a 1.58% return. Total gain is minus 25%, minus 512. And I wasn't updating my history here that tracks the graph. So the graph is very linear. I should have input these figures here as I was buying, and I didn't. I should have done that just to see the chart. The blue line represents the cash invested. So I have nearly $2,000 invested already. The red line represents the price of Joe, which is like $2. So it's always going to be down here. It's not even going to be legible until it rises significantly. And the yellow is the market value of my position. So I am slightly down here, down 25%. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys found this content of any value, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out my Patreon to support this content. All my content is free. My resources are free. And also Discord is free. You can get my new Joe calculator. So I continuously do updates as I progress and there's needs for new functions. So as of now, if you go to the bottom left, it's the original Dow calculator that I started with. And then I have an updated calculator that tracks more information. And this one is for CoinMarketCap and this one's for CoinGecko. And now I added the Joe calculator that is generating the numbers pretty nicely. What you need to do is every time you buy, you need to input your information here. And it pretty much generates across over here. And you have to always look at the multiplier here. To get the multiplier, you go to your stake position and it tells you here, and this is where I'm generating that information. So before I do any updates, I come in here, I copy that, and I manually put it here. And everything else gets generated. Also, you can input information here on a daily basis, just so that you can see how your chart performs. The cool part is that I figure out how to put the average cost, the coins I earned since I started this investment. I started this investment November 21st, and the percentage earned on APY, 1.58%. So I already beat the bank as far as earning APY, but unfortunately the value of Joe has dropped significantly. So I'm negative in my investment, but of no concern. I'm bullish overall, I'm bullish crypto, and I'm bullish AVAX and Trader Joe. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm pretty excited, and I'll continue to look into other decentralized exchanges and see where we can find some nice opportunity. I'm also interested in Solana, Matic, and Phantom. I'm also looking into Moon River. So a lot of things happening here. I just wish I had the time to cover it all, and I'll try my best to be releasing as much content as possible. That's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.